The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions in the past, present, and or future. And it's only taken us 5 months to get here, but we've reached the end of the first half of the 1985 baseball season. Hi, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 12th day of May, 2022. And we close the first half at Disney, between the Blue Jays at 52 and 35 and the Angels at 45 and 41. The Blue Jays are in first place in the American League East. The Angels are part of a gaggle of teams in the hunt in the American League West. And so today we close out the first half. Game 88 for the Blue Jays and game 87 for the Angels. It's Jim Clancy versus Urbano Lugo in what's going to be a bullpen game before very long. After the game, we will tell you the all-star starters for both teams. And so next week, this is what we'd have done pre-COVID, we'll do one game. We're only going to do the all-star game, and that's going to be in prime time Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's 1 a.m. in British summertime. The all-star game from Minneapolis in prime time for you. We'll tell you what the computer thinks the starters are going to be. I might choose different, but we'll unveil those. They certainly will be on the all-star team. And then next Thursday through Sunday, we'll do the all-time great Masters. And so we'll catch up on what we lost for the 2 weeks full of COVID. And then hopefully, we're 90 games in the season, and so maybe about 10 weeks left in the 12 weeks left in the regular season here. So with all that, if you're ready, I'm ready. It's a special. We don't normally do Sunday games, but I didn't want to do the All-Star game this week. It's time for some baseball right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 85. Today, from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California, it'll be the Toronto Blue Jays and the California Angels. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, not all one word, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Kurt Berglund? The YouTube book reviewer extraordinaire. If you're not following Kurt, you should, on YouTube. Urbano Lugo gets the call for California. He's been with the team since April 24th, making his 7th start of 10. He would work pretty much as a Swiss Army knife pitcher. 23 years old, a fly ball, fastball pitcher at 88. His last appearance, as soon as the game cooperates, came against Milwaukee in a start, a 7-3 loss on July 9th, so full rest for Lugo. 6 innings, 97 pitches, 9 hits, 5 runs all earned. He gave up 2 homers, he walked 1 and struck out 6. Has not faced the Blue Jays this year. He's 2-1 with an ERA at 2.51, 46 2/3, 37 hits, 15 runs, 13 earned, 4 homers. He has walked 14 and struck out 32. Getting over pneumonia. Oh, dude, that's not fun. Yeah, we missed 2 weeks with COVID. Didn't enjoy that either. I'm so sorry, my friend. Here's a lineup the Jays will send out there. There's a segue for you. Damaso Garcia leads off at second base. Lloyd Mosby in center will bat second. Rance Mulliniks will go third and play third. George Bell is in left. He'll clean up. Feeling about 95% better, Kurt. Thank you very much. The wifey and I, no fun, as you know. That is no fun at all. Al Oliver, over from the Dodgers, by the way, will be the DH and bat fifth. There's really just no way to have a conversation and then do lineups, Willie Upshaw at first will bat sixth. Ernie Witt behind the plate will bat seventh. Jesse Barfield in right will bat eighth. I don't remember him batting eighth, but that's what Bobby Cox has done with him. Tony Fernandez at short will bat ninth. Defensively for the Angels, Brian Downing is 7 and a 3 in left. Juan Benica is a 3 and a 9 in center. And Rupert Jones will be having a pina colada or 3 and is at 8 and 9 in right. Doug DeCince a 5 at third. Dick Schofield a 7 at short. Bobby Grich is an 8 at second. Rod Carew a 4 at first. Bob Boone a 6 and an 8 behind the plate. And Lugo is a 7 on the mound. Not a great fielder percentage-wise at .895. Again, 88th game for the Jays, 87th game for the Angels. Garcia steps in at .261, 3 homers, and 25 RBI. A beautiful day here in Anaheim. Fly ball left center as we get started. Benitez goes back, 1 out. 81 degrees. Winds blowing in from Disney at 6 miles an hour, so you can smell Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and maybe a Pluto dropping or 2. Here's Mosby, Lloyd at .265, 12 homers, and 55 RBI. There's a base hit into right field. Jones will cut it off, and Mosby will hold with a single. How you doing, John? Cox stacked the middle of that lineup with lefties. Lugo not very good versus lefties. Yeah, there are 5 lefties hitting 2 through 7 in the lineups. Rance Mulliniks being the second one. Rance at .310, 6 homers, and 32 RBI. I wonder if he'll be a backup in Minneapolis. Of course, the managers will be Sparky Anderson for the American League, and I will be doing my Sparky Anderson impression. And the National League, of course, Dick Williams of the Padres. Pitch to Mulliniks. There goes Mosby. The throw down to second. Schofield can't get him, and that's number 19 for Lloyd. So a 1 strike count and 1 out. Lugo delivers, and there's a liner in the right. Jones will pick it up on a couple of hops. Mosby will round third and hold. Now that's a surprise. Barfield like a second cleanup hitter. Is that why they just kind of crammed him in at 8? He is not your prototypical number 8 hitter. George Bell at .272, 17 homers, and 62 RBI. You got to think that Bell is going to Mini. Runners on the corners, and struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 fastball just below the belt. 2 out for Oliver. Al over from the Dodgers for Len Matusik. Ooh, we got a Pickle Rick sighting. On the phone, texting in a bikini. Big Dairy has to do that, Dave. Riveting stream, of course, but you're not paying attention to whether she has an iPhone or an Android, are you? It's which Klingon ship is she wearing? So, all right, just checking in. Got to run errands with the wife, and so maybe your wife will not want to watch either. Runners on the corners, 2 out for Oliver, 200 with an RBI since coming over from L.A. Oliver fouls it back, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Lugo won't throw a lot of innings. In fact, he's only rated for 95 pitches today, so we're not kidding. Both teams will have a bullpen game for sure. Pitch to Al. Fly ball to right. Jones comes over and will make the catch, and the Blue Jays will leave 2 on. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books, no score. So Jim Clancy, who in that picture looks like he knows what you're doing. I saw what you did. I know what you're doing. He is 4-4 on the replay with a 2.77 ERA. This is his 15th start. He's 30 years old, a fastball pitcher at 85, and a fly ball plus pitcher. He has not faced the Angels this year. Last win on the 10th, a win against Seattle, 6 1/3 in their 9-5 win over the Mariners. 108 pitches, 8 hits, 5 runs all earned, a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 6. So overall, 87 2/3, 63 hits, 28 runs, 27 earned, 6 homers, 19 walks, and 49 strikeouts. And as we said, 4-4 with a 2.77 ERA. Juan Beniquez will lead off for the Angels in center field. Rod Carew, the first of 3 lefties in a row, at first will bat second. Reggie Jackson, the DH, he'll hit third. Rupert Jones cleans up in right. Doug DeCinces at third will bat fifth. Bobby Grich at second will bat sixth. Brian Downing in left will go seventh. Schofield at short bats eighth, and Bob Boone behind the plate will bat ninth. Lugo, by the way, threw 20 pitches in his half of the first. George Bell is a 5 and a 5 and left as we set the J defense. How you doing, Tribe fan? Lloyd Mosby, a 5 and a 4 in center. Jesse Barfield is an 8 and a 10 in right. Lance Monix is a 3 at third. Tony Fernandez an 8 at short. Damaso Garcia a 4 at second. Willie Upshaw a 6 at first. Ernie Witt a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. And Clancy a 7 on the mound with a .955 fielding percentage. Benica steps in, 265, 7 homers, and 27 RBI. Be better if the calendar read June 18th or 19th. Why is that, Tim? Beniquez, ground ball to short. Fernandez scoops it up, throws to first, 1 out. Despite the fact that that would be Father's Day weekend in the U.S. Open. My favorite golf tournament. Rod Carew at 285, no homers and 13 RBI. Clancy winds and deals, and there's a ground ball to Garcia that's going to play him. And so Carew reaches on the air, bounced off of Damaso's glove. And that brings up Reggie, Mr. October at 251, 16 homers, 45 RBI. Someone may need a 2-week break from work. Well, I'd rather for you to actually be a vacation than the dreaded COVID. That's not the 2-week break from work I wanted, for sure. Pitch to Reggie. Walked him. So first and second, Carew on second, Reggie on first, and then I'll bring up Jones. Rupert at 201, 10 homers and 33 RBI. First and second, 1 out. Clancy would love a ground ball. He'll get one, but it's going to get past Upshaw in the right field. So Carew will round third and hold, and the Angels have him loaded with 1 out for Doug DeCinces. Doug at 249, 11 homers, and 46 RBI. They are loaded. Carew on third, Reggie on second, Jones on first. DeCinces sends this one in the left. Bell, that should get Carew home, I would think. So Carew will tag. Bell makes the catch and throws it back in the infield, and the Angels jump out to a 1-0 lead on the sac fly. Brings up Bobby Grich. Bobby at 236, 9 homers, and 33 RBI. Don't want the beer virus break. I don't drink a lot of beer anyway, so yeah. But no, I did the COVID. That was not fun. First and second, 2 out. 1-0 Angels here in the first. Grich hits a hard ground ball to Garcia over to first, and that will retire the side. Angels get a run on a hit and an error. They leave on 2 after 1. California 1, Toronto 0. So Upshaw, Witt, and Barfield to face Lugo. Clancy threw 22 pitches in his half of the first. Willie at 267, 8 homers, and 46 RBI. Ground ball to Grich. Bobby throws to first, 1 out. So I couldn't figure out in Twitch how to change that color back from black to white. I know a lot of people like white text on a black background. I'm more of a green or amber guy myself on a dark background, just from the days of being old enough to have a monochrome monitor. Here's Witt, Ernie at 255, 12 homers. Wow. and 37 RBI. I did figure out, though, how to put the 30-second ad break back in. So today at the mid-game break, you won't be sitting there for 2 minutes. Pitch to Ernie. Line drive to second. Gritch leaps and makes the catch. 2 out for Barfield, who, as Midlife Crisis said, is a second cleanup hitter. 295, 15 homers, and 44 RBI. So a good first half for Barfield. And he'll draw a walk. So 2 out for Fernandez. Tony at 280, 2 homers, and 23 RBI. Lugo deals. And there's a fly ball to left, Downing over in the corner into foul territory, and someone from Rancho Cucamonga made that catch. And the count goes to 2-2. Fernandez again, this time on the fair side of the left field line. Downing won't have to move all that much and will make the catch to retire the side. Jays leave a couple on. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After an inning and a half, 1-0 California. So Downing, Schofield, and Boone to face Clancy. Bryan at 275, 12 homers, and 45 RBI. We'll do something for you Sunday. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. And then, as we said, Wednesday night in prime time, the All-Star game from Minneapolis. Pitch to Downing. That's into left center. Mosby comes in. 1 out. And then the following week, Memorial Day week, I think, in real life, 3 different games for you, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday after the All-Star break. It is Los Angeles, but it's not the Dodgers. How you doing, Mr. Howard? Day 2 of his dog sitting extravaganza. Dickey's at 205, 4 homers, and 25 RBI. Schofield pops it up. Witt takes off the mask and will make the catch. 2 out for Boone. Bob at 224, 3 homers, and 16 RBI. 82 degrees, now the wind blowing left to right at 6. Fly ball, popped up rather, left side. Fernandez ranges into foul territory to make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third. Los Angeles 1. That makes you feel any better. Toronto nothing. So top of the lineup, Garcia, Mosby, and Mullenix. Damaso 0 for 1. Lugo's opening 9, 36 pitches. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Ground ball, Lugo off the mound, sprints, and then underhands it to Carew for the out. So 1 out, and good D there by Urbano. Here's Mosby, singled and stole a base in the first. Chopper up the middle, Gritch behind the bag over to first, 2 out. Here's Mullenix, he singled. He's 1 for 1. We will have, because there's no division close enough to change hands today, as we hit the break, all 4 divisional leaders were the real-life division winners in 1985. Pitch to Mullenix. There's a fly ball to the left, hits it opposite field. Downing will make the catch for the out. It's warm here. It's 78 outside. It's 84 degrees inside because the air conditioner isn't set up. It's toasty. And that fan is blowing on hurricane force. And yes, even at 50 years old, you face the fan and make all sorts of strange noises into it. That's because you can take me out of the 4th grade, but you can't take the 4th grader out of me. Here's Juan Beniquez, as we start the third. He's 0 for 1. Clancy, his opening 9, 37 pitches. 2 innings, a hit, and a walk. The run is unearned. There is a little chopper over Fernandez, and that's a Texas leaguer in the left center. Second hit for California. Here's Carew. Rod is 0 for 1. He has scored a run. Fly ball right center. Mosby comes in, rides a Schwinn for the out, and Beniquez will go back to first. Here's Reggie. Reggie walked his first time up. 1 out. There's an extra base hit down the line and right. Beniquez will go to third. Jackson doesn't have much of a motor left to throw to Fernandez, but Reggie has his 15th double of the year. So second and third and 1 out for Rupert Jones, who does have a single. He's 1 for 1. So Jackson, the aging superstar, motored 1 out. Clancy has to be careful here. That's going to score some runs. That's in the right. Jones has a single. Beniquez will score. Reggie's going to hold at third. And it's 2-0 California. So runners on the corners. 1 out for DeCinces, who hit a sac fly in the first. There's another sac fly in the left. Oliver Bell has to come in. Reggie's going to think about it. Reggie tags. Reggie scores without a throw. Eat yourself a candy bar. It's 3-0. DeCinces has 2 sac flies. I wonder what the record is for sac flies in a game. I would imagine it's probably 3 or 4. Here's Bobby Grich. He's 0 for 1. Jones on first. Grich swings in the left. Bell in the corner. George has room and will make the catch to retire the side. But the Angels post 2 on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the fourth here at Anaheim Stadium. It's the California Angels 3 and the Toronto Blue Jays nothing. So Bell, Oliver, and Upshaw to face Lugo. Bell hits a high fly ball to left. Back goes Downing, racing in the corner. 1 out. That would have been against the empty football bleachers. Here's Oliver. Al wasn't with the Dodgers all that long. Hello there, Steeler fan. Boy, see, that's one of the reasons why I don't like that black background. Steeler fan today, the color of his Chad is dark blue. And that dark blue against a black background, oy vey. Pitch to Oliver. Al swings, popped up right side. Grich has it for the out. So 2 out for Upshaw. Willie 0 for 1. Lugo winds and deals. Ground ball behind the bag at second. Grich has to hurry, and that will retire the side. So the Jays go in order in the fourth. Going to the bottom of the inning. 3-0 Angels. And so here in the standings, again, the National League, I don't want to say it's settled. Yeah, we're about 95% there. Thank you, sir. The Dodgers have picked a fine time to get hot. They've won 5 straight, 7-10, 6.5 over Houston. The Reds at 42 and 42, 11 back. In the East, you are going to, if someone catches the Cardinals, we are in 64 Phillies and 78 Red Sox territory at this point. Although Montreal has played quite well, thank you very much. The Mets, well, they've won 8 of 10, but they're still under 500. In the West, Kansas City 2.5 over the Angels, and there finally is some separation in that division. But really, I think Seattle, they've lost 5 straight. You can make a case for Texas still being in the hunt. So a lot of baseball left. And then the East, Toronto at 52-35. Best record in the American League. The Red Sox are hanging in there at 50-36. And they've won 8 of 10. But here come the Yankees, Orioles, and the Tigers. All at 45-39. So my guess is that the American League will get more focus than the National League. But you never know. You just never know. Record is 3 flies, by the way. Sac flies in a game last done by Jose Lopez on April 15th, 2008. So DeCinces 1 off the mark here. Brian Downing 0 for 1. Here's a fly ball to right. Barfield, 1 out. I got an interesting situation, Mr. Howard says in his 62 Dodger replay. As I'm approaching a weekend series with the Mets, and all 3 games are available on the Classic Baseball and Radio YouTube channel. That falls under your replay research topic. All right. Did you have a question? Because I actually have an answer here. Dick Schofield's 0 for 1. Pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Barfield, 2 out. Back in 1962, Bob Boone, by the way, 0 for 1. When the Mets came to being, their games were on WABC. Just a baby top 40 station at that point in time. But they were also carried in the Capital District region of New York on 81 WGY Schenectady. Long time General Electric station, and a proud affiliate of what was the NBC radio network. And so somebody with a reel-to-reel recorder taped a lot of those Mets games in the 60s, and that's why they exist. He recorded, or she recorded, the Mets on WGY, and the Yankees were on the country station WOKO, 1460 AM or something like that. WOKO is now the 50,000 watt FM country flamethrower here in Burlington, Vermont. Aren't you glad you asked? And so that's why those Mets games exist. And what a treasure trove. Lindsey Nelson, Ralph Kiner, and Bob Murphy. Pitch to Boone. Bob strikes out. First for Clancy. Got him on the inside corner with a fastball. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a long story. 4 innings in the books. 3-0 Angels. So it'll be Witt, Barfield, and Fernandez for the Jays here in the 5th. Ernie's 0 for 1. But that Classic Baseball on the Radio channel is an absolute gem on YouTube, and if you're not subscribed, you should be. Once in a while, pitch to Witt. Into right, Jones really won't even have to move. 1 out. He'll run a few-day live stream. And if you want to see the screen, there's some assorted quotes and tidbits of trivia and all that. But I know for a lot of you, you'll put on a video that's all audio like that and just listen to it as you mow the lawn or walk the dog or whatever it is. How you doing, Big Dave 1174? Go Jays. Here's Barfield. He walked his first time up. And it just kind of is a reminder of the past. But, you know, going back to the Mets all those years, you just subscribed to me. Thank you, Steeler fan. The Mets those 3 announcers were fantastic. Pitch to Barfield. Barfield hits a fly ball left center. Beniquez will make the catch. 2 out. Lindsey Nelson did Game of the Week on NBC television. I don't think he called Major League Baseball on the radio on a regular basis. Bob Murphy, the absolute Mets legend, started in Boston. He was Kurt Gowdy's understudy in Boston. And then took the job in Baltimore. Replaced some guy by the name of Ernie Harwell. Ever heard of him? And Ralph Kiner. Ralph Kiner did games for the White Sox. And, of course, was a slugger for the Pirates. Tony Fernandez is 0 for 1. 2 out here in the 5th. And he walks. Listen to it. That first night game at Shea in 64. It's a treasure trove. It really is. Here's Garcia. Damaso is 0 for 2. Lugo is opening 18. 4 2/3. 75 pitches. 2 hits. 2 walks and a strikeout. And Shea was considered such a marvel in 64 and became outdated so quickly, which is too bad. Fernandez goes, a little number off the mound. Carew will field it. He'll take it to the bag himself, rather, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a hot, sticky Burlington Thursday afternoon, it's the Angels 3, the Blue Jays nothing. Ow. So if you had it taking longer than 30 seconds for me to eat 2 pretzel sticks, you're right. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. Doug DeCinces with a sac fly to make it 1-0 Angels in the first. In the third, Rupert Jones with an RBI single to score Juan Benitez to make it 2-0. And then DeCinces with the second sac fly, the game to make it 3-0. Clancy, a 4-hitter through 4. Again, pitchers are at 95 pitches approximately for the game. So we'll be in the pen soon. Lugo has thrown a pretty good ball game. A 2-hitter through 5. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. The rest of the line on Clancy through his opening 18. 76 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk and a strikeout. Benitez 1 for 2 with a walk. And a single and a run scored. Popped up. Center field. Crowd likes it. Mosby runs over to make the catch. 1 out. Brings up Rod Carew. How do you do? Rod is 0 for 2 with the run scored. Draws a walk. So Clancy won't like that. Full count pitch was too high. Rod has some speed, but I'm not going to steal him. Here's Reggie. Reggie has scored, walked, and doubled. 1 for 1. Pitch into right field. Back goes Barfield. That will be caught. That ran out of steam as it hit the wall. So 2 out for Jones. Rupert has singled twice and driven in his 34th. 85 here in Anaheim now. Wind blowing in from left at 6. Clancy's pitch. Jones walks. So Clancy right up at his number now. 93 pitches. Here's DeCinces. He can't hit a sac fly this time. A, there's 2 out, and B, there's nobody on third. The Sensei now has 48 RBI. Witt and Clancy have a word. Clancy's pitch in the left field. Back goes Bell, but that will be playable, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. To the 6th we go. 3-0 Angels. So Lloyd Mosby leads off here in the 6th. 1 for 2. Mullenix and Bell to follow. You guys excited about the NFL schedule release tonight? Pitch to Lloyd. Walked him. 3-0 breaking ball was inside. Here's Rance. Mullenix 1 for 2 with a single. Mosby with good speed on first. Lugo throws to first. And Mosby's back. I wonder if Mr. Gardner is busy texting Pickle Rick Girl. It's nice to show off those opposable thumbs, don't you think? In the center field, Benitez doesn't even really got to move. 1 out. Mosby runs right back to first. That brings up George Bell. George is struck out. He's 0 for 2. We go to the break. All-Star Game Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Retro Sports Network. And we'll introduce the top players in each league after the ball game. Boone and Lugo get together. Urbano from the stretch gets away from Boone, and Mosby moves on to second. So they went to change some signs, and then Lugo overshot Boone. So the count goes to 3-1. That'll go as a wild pitch. Bell swings. There's a ground ball left side. Mosby should round third. Downing is playing pretty shallow, so Mosby holds. And it's 1st and 3rd down and 1 out. Only the 3rd hit for Toronto. Here's Al Oliver. No relation to Fergie, I think. He's 0 for 2. Only excited if the Browns are playing Thursday. Guardian of Cleveland fans says Sunday night or Monday night. Doubtful a Thanksgiving game for a 32nd consecutive year. You normally work Sunday afternoons? 1st and 3rd, pitch to Oliver. Ground ball to Lugo. Goes to Gritch for 1. Bobby throws to first. Carew keeps his foot on the bag. And that is a double play. And the Blue Jays don't get anything. After 5.5, 3-0 California. So let's see how long Toronto leaves in Clancy. It'll be Gritch, Downing, and Schofield here in the bottom of the 6th. Bobby's 0 for 2. Line drive to first. To right, rather. Barfield is there. 1 out. I thought Upshaw was going to get that. I'm channeling my inner John Sterling. It is high. It is far. It is a pop-up to the catcher. Downing is 0 for 2. Pitcher's duel here to go to the All-Star break. Ground ball to short. Fernandez deep in the hole. Long throw to first for the out. And that'll do it for Clancy. Dennis Lamp coming in. Dennis, the master of the duct tape mustache. 1-2 with 2 saves and an ERA of 2.22. This is his 29th appearance. 33 years old. Fastball pitcher at 87 and a ground ball plus pitcher. I'm much more of a fan of day games on a Sunday, Steeler fan. I'm with you. Then again, I'm a Giant fan, and so They aren't that good. Lamp last pitched against the Mariners on July 10th in a 9-5 win. 2 2/3 for Dennis, 45 pitches, 2 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Overall, 65 innings, 58 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned, giving up 6 homers, walked 25, and struck out 37. He pitched against the Angels on May 14th, his only appearance against California, and went 2 1/3 scoreless innings. So Schofield, Boone, and Benitez to face Lamp. Dick is 0 for 2. Lamp starts his afternoon off with a strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 7th. It's still 3-0 California. So Lugo is probably at a base hit or a base runner time. He's sitting on a 3-run lead as we start the 7th. Willie Upshaw is 0 for 2. The Giants just aren't a very well-run team. But yeah, maybe they can get things going in the right direction. Or they can't really go much worse in the other directions. At least we can't call them the commies. Pitch to Upshaw. There's a fly ball to right. Jones in the corner. Rupert. All one out. For Ernie Witt. Ernie 0 for 2. Did you see where Brady supposedly, after he retires, is going to get $37 million from Fox a year? I know they say that's not right, but still. 25, even $25 million for 10 years would be more money than I get for Retro Sports Network, that's for sure. Pitch to Witt. Ernie, that laces that one to center. Benitez makes the catch, 2 out. Brings up Barfield. Jesse's 0 for 1 with a walk. There's a fly ball to center. Benitez will take us to stretch time. 3-0 Angels. I have it, Steeler fan, on good authority that Tom Brady really is Frankenstein, made in the science lab at the University of Michigan by Brian Greasy and Drew Henson, thinking that they could skip out of practice every once in a while with the Wolverines. Just let Tom do it. And so there's a reason why you've prepped yourself for the reality that Tom Brady will never retire. And that's true. The ball won't have Josh Allen. I wonder how the Bills will recover from 13 seconds of not playing defense. Bob Boone is 0 for 2 as Lamp starts the bottom of the 7th. Bob is struck out. Into left. Bell going back there. 1 out. Juan Benitez is 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in a run. Big Dave 1174 says, as a 40-plus year Buck fan, you're okay with that for now. If you had asked me at halftime of that Ram game what I thought Brady would do, I'd have said, yeah, that was it. But they came so close to beating L.A., I was thinking to myself after that, I said, he's not going to leave it like that. He came so close to beating the Rams. Benitez has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 3. That you know he was going to come back. There's a line drive center field. Mosby will pick it up for a base hit. And so I was surprised when he kind of retired. Because you'd think that you'd want, if he didn't retire after winning the Super Bowl, he's got something left in the tank, I would think. That's just me. Rod Carew is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. 3-0 Angels, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Here's a ground ball at first, might be to Upshaw. Only has a play by himself, and he'll step on the bag. Benitez moves to second. So 2 out for Reggie, 1 for 2. Jackson has his 15th double. He has also walked and scored. Pitch from Lamp. There's a ground ball to Upshaw, and that will retire the side. So the Angels do not score. They leave Benitez on third. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We're going to make a pitching change here after 7, 3-0 California. So switchy righty-lefty here. Donnie Moore is going to get the 6 outs here. At least the Angels hope so. Moore 7-4 on the replay with 19 saves. And an ERA of almost pi, 3.12. In 22 save chances, he's converted 19 for an 86.4% save percentage. 31 years old, a ground ball plus pitcher. And that fastball tops out at 88. Hasn't pitched in 10 days. What the heck, Gene Mark? He beat the Red Sox 4-3 on July 5th. Inning in 2/3, 46 pitches. 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, and a home run allowed as 8th of the year. He walked 2 and didn't strike out anybody. So in 52 innings, 59 hits, 19 runs, 18 earned, 8 homers, because really I can read the text in front of me, Ron. He has walked 13 and struck out 34. Against the Jays, 2 games, 1 inning. A hit, a run, it was earned, and a walk. But he got a win. So it'll be Fernandez, Garcia, and Mosby here in the 8th. Tony 0 for 1 with a walk. After the game, the day in baseball, and then we'll tell you some of the All-Stars that you'll see next Wednesday night in Minneapolis. Pitch to Fernandez. There's a base hit up the middle. So Toronto trying to get something cooking on this warm day in Anaheim. Wind now blowing in at 11 in left center. Garcia is 0 for 3. Moore from the stretch. Base hit right field. Jones will scoop it up off the grass. And it's first and second, nobody out. It's the Angels closer on the mound, and the tying run is at the plate, Lloyd Mosby. Mosby 1 for 2. He has walked and stolen a base. Walked him, and they're loaded. And so Donnie Moore hasn't retired anybody. He hasn't pitched in a week, and it shows. They need 6 outs. He hasn't gotten them any. And here's Mullenix. Rance 1 for 3 with a single. Moore deals. That is a ground ball to Carew. Rod will allow the run. Throw to Schofield for 1. No throw back to first. It's a 3-6 fielder's choice. And the Jays are on the board, 3-1. Here's George Bell. That's not who you want to face right now if you're an Angel fan. George 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. He's 1 for 3. Garcia on third. Ground ball to Sensei. They might get out of it right now. Around the horn. Gritch for 1. Carew for 2. And they do get out of it. So they concede 1 run and not a penny more. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays on the board, but it's 3-1 California. So Jones, DeCinces, and Gritch to face Lamp here in the bottom of the 8th. Lamp has plenty of gas left in the tank. Jones has singled twice. His average is now a whopping 209. Has walked and drove in his 34th. Yeah, Blue Jays had their chance. Base hit up the middle, so a good day for Jones. Brings up Doug DeCinces. Doug has 2 sac flies. He's 0 for 1. He's driven in 2. Oliver, Upshaw, and Witt in the 9th for Toronto. Pat Clements is available on short rest, and so we'll keep it with Donnie Moore. DeCinces struck him out. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. 1 out. So Gritch is 0 for 3. California trying to get to 46 and 41 at the break. Toronto looking for win 53 in 1985. Ground ball to short. Might be 2. Fernandez to Garcia for 1. The spin throw to first. And they turn it. So no insurance runs for California. They get a hit. They've stranded 6 in total. We go to the 9th. 3-1 Angels. It's Roop for the home team, baby. If they don't win, it's a shame. I'm not going on American Idol anytime in the near future. It'll be Oliver, Upshaw, and Witt to face Donnie Moore. Donnie looking to knock down save number 20 on the replay. Al is 0 for 3. He has grounded into a double play. In the left center, Beniquez rides the Schwinn. 1 out. So Willie Upshaw is 0 for 3. Base hit right field. Jones will pick it up. And so the Blue Jays are trying to get something boiling here in the 9th. Ernie Witt, the tying run. He is 0 for 3. Angels trying to keep pace with the Royals in the American League West. Toronto trying to stave off a red-hot Red Sox. Boone and Moore have a few words. Donnie from the stretch. Slow ground ball to Gritch. Might be 2. Schofield for 1. The throw to Carew. How do you do? And the Angels go to the break winners. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and California wins this one 3-1. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. They move to 46 and 41, and they leave on 6. Toronto had their chances, a run on 6 hits and 1 error, and they leave on 6. Urbano Lugo is going to be your digitalized player of the game. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs. He walked 3 and struck out 1 and had minus stuff. Donnie Moore got off to a rough start, but closed the door. 6-out save. He gave up 3 hits and a run. Jim Clancy falls to 5-2. 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 1. And Dennis Lamp, 2 1/3 shutout ball and allowed 2 hits and struck out 2. So good job for Lamp as everyone starts to get on airplanes for the break. So before we show you the All-Stars, let's play the rest of the day in baseball, shall we? Everything a day game except for St. Louis and Houston. That's interesting. So on this July 14th, 1985, the Yankees beat the Rangers 6-4. Ron Guidry goes to 10-8. Bert Hooton 3-6. Dan Pasqua goes 2 for 4. His 4th of the year, drives in 2. Pirates 9-1 over the Giants. Rick Rhoden, he'll tell you about his golf game. He's 5-8. Bill Lasky 7-5. Bob Brenly, the manager, And I lost that because it moved. 2 for 3 with his 11th of the year and 2 doubles. Atlanta 5, Philadelphia 4. So Turner Time gets you a win before the 18th showing of the Dirty Dozen this week. Jeff Dedman, he doesn't wear plaid, but he is 3-0. Don Carmen all by himself, now at 4-1. And Terry Forster, that fat tub of goo, with a save. Montreal 10, the Reds 6. Bryn Smith found his Fritos in Cincinnati. He is 6-6. Tom Browning 9-6 now. Tim Raines 3 for 6, 2 RBI and 4 stolen bases. Wow. Minnesota beat the Tigers 6-5-11. Ron Davis 3-4. Juan Berenguer falls to 3-2. Larry Herndon 3 for 5 with a triple. Kansas City goes to the break at 48-38. They beat the Indians 2-1. Bud Black 9-7. Neil Heaton, any relation to Patricia? 4-11. George Brett 2 for 3. White Sox beat the Orioles in 14, 4-2. Dan Spilner goes to 8-3. Don Osse 2-4. Carlton Fisk 2 for 6, hits his 20th of the year, and drives in 2. Dodgers beat the Cubs 7-4. They are 54-31 at the break. Rick Honeycutt 6-3. Trout falls to 4-7. Baylor 3 for 3. We forgot to mention that the Expos, in their 10-6 win over the Reds, pounded out 21 hits. In 10, the A's beat the Brewers 3-2. Howell 4-7. Rick Waits 0-1. And Jim Gantner 3 for 4. The Red Sox remain red hot. They beat Seattle 6-5. In 10 innings, Oil Can Boyd goes to 12-4. Snyder 0-5. Phil Bradley, his 19th of the year. He goes 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. San Diego hoses down the Cardinals 12-2. Eric Schau goes to 9-3. Kurt Kepshire 6-7. Terry Kennedy 2 for 4, 2 doubles and drives in 2. And how about that? The Mets lose again. Houston beats them at the Dome 2-1. That'll make Steeler fan happy. Calhoun 3-1. Jesse Orozco 2-2. And Jose Cruz 2 for 4 with a stolen base. And sure enough, in the chat, Astros win. And so our first game after the break will be the Angels and the Red Sox. It's nice to own a channel and you can do what you want. So let's meet the American League All-Stars. Bert Blyleven might get the start. Blyleven has an ERA of 2.48 and is tied for the league lead in wins with 13 and second in strikeouts. So yeah, Bert Blyleven will start the All-Star game for Cleveland. Woohoo! Carlton Fisk will be the starting catcher for the Chicago White Sox. Bill Buckner, one of 2 Red Sox to make the starting lineup. He'll be the first baseman. Lou Whitaker gets the call at second for the Tigers. George Brett and the first place Royals will start at third. Cal Ripken is the shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles. Phil Bradley, I wonder, Mr. Howard, if that would have been the first ever Seattle starter. He'll be in left field for the American League. The Yankees have 2 outfielders as starters, Ricky Henderson and Dave Winfield, and Mike Easler gets the DH nod for Boston. Bill Buckner is the MVP of the first half, according to the computer. He's hitting .314. Wade Boggs leads the American League in hitting at .350. Carlton Fisk and George Brett have 20 homers at the break. Phil Bradley, he gets that start because he has 72 RBI. Ricky Henderson will tell you he has 44 stolen bases. Toby Harrah has an on-base percentage of .460. Pitching categories, Dan Petrie leads the ERA race at .227 behind Storm Davis. You look into that? Okay. Charlie Huff and Burt Blyleven are 13-game winners. Steve Petrie and Boyd with 12. Willie Hernandez has 21 saves. And Jack Morris leads the American League in strikeouts with 132. Red Sox are hitting .275 as a team. Texas and Toronto are 2 and 3. Jays have the best pitching in the American League at .335. Kansas City and Detroit second and third. In California, Minnesota, and Boston all have a fielding percentage of .984. And Bobby Cox, your manager of the year. We move to the National League. There we go. And so John Tudor will get the start for the Cardinals. Of course, he has 15 wins and an ERA of 1.5. Yeah, I think he's the All-Star Game starter. Gary Carter from the Mets will be the starting catcher. Steve Garvey takes his airline with him to first base for the Padres. Ryan Sandberg gets the call at second base for the Cubs. Mike Schmidt at third for the Phillies. A lone bright spot on a lost year for Philadelphia. Hubie Brooks at short. Nice for the Expos. George Foster for the Mets in left. Dale Murphy in center for Atlanta. Again, it's a lost year for them as well. And the Cobra, Dave Parker, shades in 1979, is in right field for Cincinnati. So imagine that. The Dodgers are 54 and 31, but yet can't crack an All-Star Game starter. The Cardinals have run away with the National League East, but yet their only starter is John Tudor. Willie McGee hitting .358, Ron Oster .328, Kenny Landreau at .319 for the Dodgers. Schmidt and Murphy have 22 homers to lead the National League. Ron Say is 20. Dave Parker earns his All-Star bid with 67 RBI. And Vince Coleman, you know he's going to be on the team. He has stolen 54 bases. And he is relieved that it's a dome in Minneapolis. There's no tarpaulin machine to run him over. Mike Schmidt is the best OPS at .960. Great googly moogly. Bob Horner, by the way, third at .893. John Tudor having an all-star, all-world year. Not only does he lead the league in wins with 15, his ERA is a third of a run lower than Dwight Gooden's. He's at .150, Gooden at .184, and Eckersley's at .208. Jeff Reardon has made 21 saves for Montreal. Dwight Gooden leads the National League in strikeouts at .145, and Dennis Eckersley has the best whip appeal. You remember that song. At .867. Tudor and Hesketh have whips under 1. Cardinals, no surprise, they have the best batting average in the National League at .266. The Dodgers, .287, the best ERA in the NL. St. Louis and New York, no surprise, 2 and 3. And the Cubs with a .985 fielding percentage. I have a feeling the computer's going to take a whole bunch of Dodgers, Mr. Howard, off that bench. And so there you have it. That is what the computer selects for the All-Star starters, and I'll remember to write that down and come up with some order. And so we'll have something for you Sunday. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but I'm sure you guys will like it. And so the standings as we go to the break. The Dodgers, 6.5 over the Astros. The Cardinals, 12.5 over the Expos. The Royals, 2.5 over California. And the Blue Jays and Red Sox are tight as a Texas tick. A half game separates them with the Yankees 4.5 back. I promise there won't be a 2-week vacation. The next scheduled vacation on the Retro Sports Network will be the week of July 4th. We'll see you Wednesday night at 8 for the All-Star Game. Until then, well, we'll talk to you Sunday. Have a great day, everybody. So long.